Hey everyone, it's Leftovers for Dinner. Today we're going to make some cute little leather flowers like this one. I've been using these as little jewelry and little decorative pins, and today I'm going to share with you guys how I make them. Okay, so the first thing you're going to need to make little leather flower hair barrettes is leather. And you can get leather in little scrap bags at Michael's Arts and Crafts or a craft store. You can also get really clever and find some old leather items at thrift shops. I bought a bag of leather from a craft store, and it was about, I think it was about $9 or $10 for a bag, and it had a bunch of different colors. Some of the scraps are good, some of them not so good. You're also going to need a pair of scissors, good enough for cutting leather. You're going to need some pliers. You're also going to need hair jewelry. You can either do little alligator clips, mini baby ones like this one, regular flat one like this, or you can even use, little pins. You're going to need a candle, some decorative brads of any type. You can get those in the dollar store or a craft store. You can also find some special leather studs like these ones, which have turquoise on them. Oh, you may, optional things, a leather puncher, or you just need to be able to punch through all the leather that you're working with, and a lighter for the candle. Okay, so you are going to take your leather scissors, and you are going to cut asymmetrical circles, basically sloppy circles. See how this circle is a little wonky? Yeah. Basically, you're going to cut out one of these. You can start with the smallest size, and then hold the smallest size up to your piece of leather, and then cut one slightly bigger that's a little different. And then you just keep going until you have 3 circles, and that's what it looks like. Now, you can actually make your little hair decoration just like this, or you can give them a distressed finish. And you do that by using the candle. By the way, if you're a kid, you should probably ask your parents' permission to do this project since you are working with an open flame. So what you do is you take your piece of leather and you hold the edge of it with your pliers, and then you hold it about an inch above the flame. And what you're doing is you're giving it a slightly burnished or tarnished edge. You see it curling right there? So you do that very gently. You don't leave the leather over the flame for too long. Rotate where you hold. There you go. You rotate where you hold the leather so that everything is done evenly. What happens is you do that about, with each piece of leather, and you end up with a slightly distressed looking piece of leather. So at that point, you're ready to actually make your flower. Oops! I forgot to tell you guys how to make the leaf. Basically, the leaf, you're just going to cut out a pointed oval and do the same thing. Okay, at this point we're getting a little messy, but what you're going to do is you're going to either take a sharp pair of scissors and poke a hole in each of your little flower petals, or you're going to use a normal leather punch and punch the holes in. You're going to want to do it in the same spot every time so that they line up. So you just take your leather punch and a hammer and you strike a couple of times. You're going to do that for each one, including the leaf. So I'm going to go ahead and do that off camera, but you get the idea. Okay, and your flower is basically made. Stack it on top of each other, all the petals. That's where you get to play around with it and make sure it looks very flowery along with the leaf. Stack it so that all the holes line up, and then find a brad that's actually long enough. So, like this one's pretty long, this one isn't. And when you put them all together, you end up with this, which is pretty cool. And if you see the back, you can see that the brad has been folded. What I do is I actually take a piece of soft leather and just glue it over top of that to protect it. So that way, if you are using this as like a hair barrette, your hair doesn't tangle on that brad. let it dry for about a day or so, and then you're ready to put it on a flat barrette. Same thing, use some glue, and that'll actually, I let them stay for almost 2 days. So giving it that 2 days, you know, 1 day to dry and cure, and then another day just in case, and you're good to go. These also make a cute way to wrap a present, so you can either put a pin back on them or just glue them directly to like a little gift bag or something. So if you do have any questions though, post them in the comments, and thanks for watching.